Okay, well, I got the engine. It came out of that white Triumph that you saw me chop to bits. And the engine was in Anchorage in storage. So I finally picked it up when I went to town. I don't go into Anchorage very often. And I started without you. Pulled the head and just getting it broken down so I can even handle this boat anchor. God, these engines weigh a ton. I'm discovering this engine's had a lot of work done to it. The head is later than the car, so the head's not the original to this engine, but also it's been upgraded. It's got bigger cylinders and pistons in it. The head's been shaved 80 thousandths. Had combustion chamber work done to it, silicone bronze guides. I don't know what else work yet done to it. I don't think it's had any porting, but you can just see it right here. And there's a crack between these two water ports. For some reason they drilled it, but apparently this is not an uncommon thing to happen to these heads. It can't go any further. It's gone between two holes, so I don't know. More work than I was planning on doing to my engine. It also had the oil bypass kit that that reroutes the oil pressure up to the head, and I don't know. I figured Triumph had been running it that way for as long as they've been doing them and never had an issue. So why does somebody think they can make it better, other than the engine didn't get put together right or something was plugged up? So I most likely won't be running that. I'll put it on eBay or something. It's kind of an expensive thing. I think it's like $50 out of Moss. Anyway, now the big curiosity is what cam is in it. So I'm hoping for something good. And so let's see what's in there. There's my air hose. Not tear apart anything without air tools. And what is the chances of that pulley coming off reasonably? Maybe. I think it's moving. And then again, boy, that shaft has got some wobble in it. It is moving. Need a mallet. Well, it ain't moving much of it all. I have to do this bolt by. Got pulley off a little later, I guess. I won't be using any of this stuff anyway. But I didn't grab a 9/16 socket. Boy, back to the toolbox. I just take the whole row of sockets with me. How about that? That's why I like using air tools. Yep, there we go. Let's the coil out of the way. Bosch blue coil. Well, being a Volkswagen guy, I can definitely put that back on a Volkswagen. I noticed this engine's got lifting eyes. It had another one on the head on the rear manifold bolts. And apparently they're correct for the later engines. I don't know if I'm going to put those on my motor or not. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, left the door open too long. Skeeters are in here. Yeah, afraid that was going to happen. No shims? Oh, wait a minute. There they are. Okay, what's it going to take to get this off? Can't remember what it took to get it off my motor. Oh, I guess not much. Okay, now for the ring of bolts. Oh, we should do these lift eye ones first, I guess. Double nutted. Those, I guess those could be spacers that are in there. Yep, guess so. One. Alright, I got spacers on there. Nut behind it. Okay, the rest of these I should be able to just rattle out. No. That's been ground on. Not an original bolt, I guess. Okay, I think that's everybody. I'm hoping this cover is going to be in better shape than mine. When I tore my engine apart, if you remember on one of the videos, there was no chain adjuster in there. It was just, chain was just banging around. So it wore into this cover quite a bit, wore into this plate quite a bit. So I'm hoping for better parts there for mine. Ones I've seen for sale on eBay, apparently that's not an uncommon thing. I've seen an awful lot of worn covers and welded up covers. Yeah, coming loose now. What the hell? Oh, you dumbass. I forgot about this one right here in the middle. Such an odd place for a retaining bolt nut or whatever. There, babe, it'll come off now. It's a miracle. Well, at least this one's got a slack adjuster. And, yep, this one just, yeah, this one's excellent. Excellent, excellent. That'll be my replacement cover.
You're out of luck, but I'll take other.
And this one's got some pretty heavy wear
Up next, more rock and roll
where the
with or without.
clock adjuster, it hangs up on it, but I can MIG weld that up and grind it smooth again. And that should fix that.
Lowe's helps you do it right by carrying trusted names like John Deere and Craftsman, and we help you save on them too. Now you can get John Deere riding mowers starting at just $15.99, and you can get your choice of a Craftsman 20-volt max cordless string trimmer or a Craftsman 2-tool 20-volt max power tool combo kit for $99.
I guess
do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 6/26.
take the chain.
Offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Walmart's grocery pickup and delivery is a definite winner. And if you haven't tried it, here's how it works. Either download the grocery
Hard to say how good these chain and sprockets are. They may be pretty good. May have been replaced. I'm not certain.
Satisfaction is guaranteed because the folks in the store are trying to pick the best items, just like if you were picking for yourself. If you're not satisfied, you get your money back.
If there's any doubt, I'll replace them. Ain't worth going back into that for not doing the job right.
Put it in your calendar, July 27th. One of the greatest days throughout the course of the calendar year. It's the 7th annual Beer and Bacon Festival. Oh boy, anyway, Lakefront Anchorage. In support this year, we're helping out Covenant House, Alaska. That's great, using our powers for good instead of beer for a change. And this year on the main stage, Blackwater Railroad Company. They take two of the greatest things on earth, smash them together, and made a festival out of it. I'm taking the immortal words of the man who basically was the nothing burps better than bacon. Once again at the Lakefront Anchorage, big thanks are Fred, the Brewers of Alaska, Green Alaska Solutions, Alaska Brewing Company, Coca-Cola Bottling of Alaska, and iHeartRadio. And if you do nothing else that afternoon, make sure you come on out in time to check out the bacon eating contest. This event will sell out. Yes, we tell you each and every year it will sell out. Well, we're not lying this year. It will sell out, so don't waste time to get your tickets. They're on sale right now.
I don't know.
Ticketleap.com. That's ticketleap.com.
Certain there. Alright, what about this cam?
Did you know the state's
It's something special.
Cancer Center is right
It should be written on the end.
The Cancer Treatment Center. Our physicians come from the country's
And I'm not
best
seeing nothing.
and treat the whole person, not just the disease. Along with traditional treatment, we include integrative medicine as part of your care.
Get a rag.
From diagnosis to surgery.
Be a bit disappointed if it isn't something.
Convenient Midtown location.
I guess it could be regrind and they didn't mark it, but I would think they would
Cancer Treatment Center.
mark a
Class care right here.
regrind. I couldn't imagine having bigger cylinders and pistons, head work done, and the cam being stock. I hope for a good crank too. My crank's not horrible. It needs to be turned 10-10. But if this crank is in top shape, I'll use it. And I'm going to end up putting a good rubber seal on the back and get rid of that labyrinth seal. So I still got to go to the machine shop and have that machined off.
Now, back to the only man who prefers to kill his own chickens rather than just eat them out of a bucket. Alice Cooper.
This is Alice Cooper back with you on a Monday night. It's Saturday nights, all right for fighting, and Monday nights, all right for doing your laundry. Well, let's get to the music. Here's Dio with his classic Holy Diver.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Well, pull the lifters and get it out of there. See, boy, that one's that's really worn. I don't even think my cover has that, or my plate has that much wear. That's almost worn through. So obviously they did put a new chain tensioner on it. Yeah, it has a little bit of wear, not much. They may be, I think they're pretty cheap to buy a new one. So, it most likely had new chaining gears. But there again, I may replace them again anyway. Well, I'm going to pull some lifters and see what I find. Okay, got the lifters out. Let's see if there's anything else I can prove that this cam is something special. Oh, you know what? I gotta pull the distributor drive. Forgot. Come on. God, you gotta be tight all the way off. Bugger. And I did something funky with the retaining bolt on the tack drive. Finish doing it this way. Bolt on that tack drive sticking out 10 miles. It's not the original bolt. Okay. Not too worried about hurting these bearings. Whew, the rust there on the back lobe. Yeah, isn't helping things any. Yeah, rust is bad enough to pretty much ruin it. There's some pretty healthy nicks in it too. Put this in. No, no marks. So I guess I'm going to send my original cam down to Delta Crankshaft. I have the work done to it I planned on doing to it. Well, clean up this mess for tonight. I got this transmission I got to overhaul. Got to make some money. And we'll see if there's anything else in there that'll offer up. Hope the crank would be nice. If not, have my crank turned. Yeah, this plate's worse than mine. Cover is good though. Head is yet to be determined. But this is all high port stuff, of course, where my engine is low port, but my engine's a Monte Carlo low port. So it's not really far off in the power department is a high port. Not to mention the head, I understand, is quite rare. I think they only made 1,100 of those heads. And so I may still run my my head. Just kind of depends on what I find. 86 millimeter cylinders and pistons, though, if they're in reusable, nice condition, they'll get reused. That'll save me quite a bit of money. I wanted to go to 87s, but I think 1 millimeter is probably nominal for the amount of extra power that I might get. But pretty good dollar savings, and I gotta save money wherever I can on this car. It's already gonna cost me a fortune. So, well, I gotta make some video. It's all for tonight. Well, I've been stripping the engine down a little bit. Get that thing apart, figure out where all I stand with what's in it. I think I said before, the cam was just a stocker. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I'll send my cam down to Delta Crankshaft in Seattle and get it cut to what I want. 86 millimeter cylinders and pistons, and their replacements. They look to be in, so far, I've only got one out, in real good shape, other than the chip at the bottom of the cylinder. They must have chipped it or dropped it or something when they were installing them. It doesn't really affect it. It's well below the ring groove. Yeah, the skirt goes up and down there. I just make sure it's cleaned up. But yeah, all in all, it's not going to really make any here nor there for the engine. The cylinder head, I cleaned it up a little bit, but yeah, it's had a lot of work done to it. It's got silicone bronze guides in it. The valves have all been replaced. It's had replacement seats all installed in the intakes and the exhausts. And it's been milled. It's got about 80 thousandths milled off the head. I got to figure out what the compression ratio that ends up being. So I'll have to do some math. But I thought it was a lot, at least in the Volkswagen world, that's a lot of meat. But according to the Kessler in his competition manual, you can go to 160 thousandths. So that's only halfway for the late head. This is a late head. It's not a TR4 head, but it's a late TR3 head. So I don't know, I'll do some calculations. I need to know where the compression ratio is going to be at. I don't need too much for the street. The push rods were also shorter, but they were either out of something else. So far I haven't been able to find them anywhere. They're solid push rods, and so you can't replace the ends because it's all one piece. And they're definitely shorter than the originals to compensate for the head thickness. But not sure what I'll do there yet, if I'll get heavy duty push rods and make my own, if I use this head. Because it still needs a little more work. It does have a crack right in the middle, but from what I understand, that's extremely common. And even in Kessler's book showing the head, it was cracked between the exact same spots. Why they tried to do a repair there with the threaded inserts, I have no clue. I don't even know where the inserts are. They're probably in the water jacket somewhere, because you can't fix it. I mean, you're not going to make anything better. The crack has run its course from hole to hole. So anyway, what else? They just put a new timing chain on it, but not new gears. I don't even know why they sell them separately, because you don't replace just a chain and not the gears. At least not the things I've done over the past. But yeah, the pistons don't look bad. Not a little bit of wear on them, but not horrible. So the rods are definitely more worn than my original rods. What else? Oh, one of my customers, I went and helped him on his car at his house this weekend, and he asked me if I needed a 4-inch die grinder, which actually I did. He got a 2-pack of them. I never seen him in a 2-pack before. He only needed one. It was some kind of sale or something going, so he bought them. So there's my new 4-inch grinder, which is nice. My old 4-inch grinder, which I've had since I was in high school, the threaded the threads in it are smaller, like 1/2 inch or something, and all these new, well, new to me, wire ropes and cable type cleaners and several other things are in this 3 or 5/8 shaft. So I can't even use them on mine. So mine will be relegated for cutoff wheels and stuff, and this one will be set up for the other things. But yeah, it's funny. I definitely was in the market for one, and one showed up when I was looking. So that was convenient, and donated to the cause, I guess, so to speak. And oh, the oil pan was another thing. This engine came with another oil pan, and I didn't know why until I got this one off and could see the bottom of the engine. Well, this pan is mangled, bent, dented, and it had a big hunk of right along there a JB weld or something. There's a crack. You should be able to see the crack there, and that crack is a good 6 inches long. So you can see it down in there too. So this pan's junk, but I'm going to use my original pan anyway. It has a different drain plug and is original to my car, and there's nothing wrong with it. A couple of dents I knocked out of it, but I like the big drain plug instead of the it's a big brass drain plug as opposed to a pipe plug. So I think that's it. I'll make a little short video since my other video was definitely long and boring. I didn't edit anything. I just threw it together. So you'd have to fast forward through the sleeping parts. This one should be a little bit better. It's shorter. Later.